Hello lovelies and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you what my 4-year-old son got for his birthday. Okay, so this year Rupert got a lot of books. This is because my son loves books more than anything in the world, so I mean we ended up with a ton. So I'm going to start off with a few things that I made for him for his birthday, kind of for his birthday celebration. So the first thing I did was made him his birthday crown. We make this every year, but I do a different design based on what his current interests are. So this one has a jellyfish and fish and a crab and seaweed, and then I do a felt 4 in the center. I line it with, so it's got double layer of felt and then just a ribbon to tie on the back, and then I just, you know, he can just wear it as like a little crown. And this was laid out on the breakfast table, so when he came in the morning he got to put this on and wear this as much as he wanted throughout the day. I also always set out birthday stars, and this is like so simple to do. It's just little paper stars cut out, and I lay a trail from his bedroom all the way to the kitchen where I have a couple of presents. I have that birthday crown laid out, and I also had this little basket so he could collect the stars and put them into the basket. And he loves this so much. It's so exciting for him at this age. We did it last year as well when he was 3, and it's just so cute. I'm definitely going to do this for Toby in May when he turns 2 as well. And yeah, it's just such a fun, exciting way for them to know something special is happening and it's their birthday. So those were the little prep things that I did. I also got some more Grimm's figures. These go in our Grimm celebration ring. So we got this beautiful whale, blue whale, that does have some cake on it because the boys were playing with it. I got this sweet little blue octopus, and then of course a 4 because Rupert turned 4. So I love using our Grimm celebration ring, and I usually buy new figures at the turn of each season. Often I put them in our sort of like seasonal celebration baskets that the boys get. And I also buy them for birthdays, and I always buy the ones around a birthday based on what the interest of the child is. And in this case it was sea themed because that's what Rupert was really into this year. So yeah, I really love adding to our collection of those. It's so much fun. Okay, so keeping in the theme of sea, a lot of the books I picked up this year were sea themed, which is really funny because I'm really not that keen on the sea at all. It's not something I'm massively interested in, but my son is just obsessed. So we got him loads of beautiful sea books. So this is the first one I got him. It's called Sea Lights by Ruth Simmonds. And this book is so sweet. It's a tale of a little girl and her dad who go fishing. And there's, when you turn the pages, there's all these little light things that light up. So really gorgeous. The story is very simple, perfect for a young child. And because we live so close to the coast, I thought this was going to be absolutely perfect for Rupert because it sort of reminds me of our coastal town. And there's the lighthouse, just so pretty. Then there's the little fair wheel. We also have one of those during the summer. And then finally goes to bed, and there's like a little light that turns on and off. And yeah, this just, I mean, this has been such a hit with Rue. Really beautiful. It was on our wish list for a really long time, and I wasn't entirely sold on it, but when it arrived and everything with the colours and the story, just absolutely perfect. So I do recommend this book, and it is lovely. Okay, another one that's been on our wish list for ages is Hello Lighthouse by Sophie Blackall, and this is this book is the winner of the Caldecott medal, and the illustrations in this are incredible. It's the story of a lighthouse and the lighthouse keeper, and it's got a great story that reads really well. Look at that, the pictures are just gorgeous, and it sort of takes you through different weathers with this family in their lighthouse, Northern Lights, getting food and everything, and eventually the lighthouse changes and it becomes automated and they move off, but they can still see the lighthouse from their new house. And it's a really charming story, and both my boys have been captivated by this when we read it at night time. It's really gorgeous. Highly recommend this. It's just so charming, and I think this will probably end up on our summer bookshelves and when we go to do our seasonal bookshelves, because I'll probably go for a kind of beachy sea theme, I think, this year. I've just been thinking ahead, and yeah, I think I might actually include this one. Okay, so we also got ourselves a copy of the board book The Snail and the Whale by Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. We had got it out of the library, I think, a couple of times, but it was about time we had our own copy, because both my boys love The Snail and the Whale. They sometimes watch the little TV program that's available on, I think, Amazon Prime maybe, or Netflix, and they love it. So I decided to get a copy of the book, and it has gone down so well. So I'm glad I added that to our collection. So this book was kind of an odd one, because I came across it and I thought maybe he's too young for it, but I had an inkling he might enjoy it. And it's called Flotsam by David Wiesner, and it's actually a wordless picture book, and it's all about a little boy that discovers a camera on the beach, and when he looks at the pictures, they're really crazy. So there's like a fish, and there's a clockwork fish beside it, and there's octopuses in their sitting room, all sorts of like really fantastical and bizarre pictures. And like I said, I was on the fence about this. It's very beautifully done, but I just had this feeling that Rupert was going to go wild for it, and he really has. I mean, he adores this book, and I think it really has like triggered so much imagination in him, and I do really recommend it. Again, this is another winner of the Caldecott Medal. Beautifully done, beautifully illustrated, and I think just very captivating for children. So I do recommend this one as well. It's been such a hit. I am so excited about this one. This is a first book of the sea by Nicola David and illustrated by Emily Sutton. Now, if you watched our morning basket video for January, you know that I've got the first book of nature by Nicola David, and we love it. And that one is illustrated by Mark Herald, who's an incredible illustrator in the UK. This one is illustrated by Emily Sutton, who I also adore. So I was really excited to get a copy of this. It has tons of content, so lots of lovely poems, all based around the theme of the sea, and of course it's got Emily Sutton's amazing illustrations. And there's just, like I said, there's so much content in this that it makes me so excited, because I know we can use this for so many different things, units that we're studying, or if we're going to the beach or anything like that. I mean, this is just going to be absolutely incredible. It's so gorgeous, highly recommend it. And look how big it is as well. It's so big. A real bargain book, I think, actually, for the price that we can get it at. I think I maybe spent like £12 or £14 on this, but I think for what you're getting, it's really good value. And yeah, I'm so excited that I finally got my hands on a copy of this. And of course, Rupert has been loving it. There's so much to look at, and the beautiful words as well included. It's just gorgeous. I think everyone just go buy this now. Don't even wait for a birthday. It's just brilliant. Okay, so moving on to The Blue Whale by Jenni Desmond. Again, another one on our wish list. What really drew me to this was the beautiful, calming illustrations. And it's just all about this little boy who's discovering all these facts about whales. I'll show you some of the pictures. And this is a great way of learning about whales. I think any child that's really interested in whales and curious about them will find this really interesting. Beautifully illustrated, and a great, it gives you tons of facts, but in a really nice way, and then a beautiful picture to look at with it. Show you a couple more of the illustrations. Just so beautiful. Whenever I look at these kind of books, I'm always just wanting to take the pages out and frame them, because they're so gorgeous. Make it a great gift for any whale obsessed child. It's just presented so beautifully and is really magical. So I love this, and Rupert has really enjoyed this too. Okay, so apart from books, I also got him this gorgeous Grimm's Wave Stacker, and this one I was actually really surprised by this, because I ordered it thinking, I wasn't entirely sold on it, but when it arrived, the colors are just so beautiful, and it's just a beautiful thing. So you can take all the pieces off and you can stack them in all different kinds of ways. They also make great a great set for playing with the Schleck and the Holtztiger toys. So I just thought they were beautiful for Rupert when he's playing with his whales and things like that. He might enjoy the waves, but also it's a great little puzzle, and yeah, it's just so beautiful. It's given a lot of joy to our play area already, and I'm so glad I got this. Again, it's pretty reasonably priced. It's definitely below £20, and it's really environmental, eco-friendly dyes and wood, and yeah, I just think this is beautiful. Okay, so moving away from the sea theme a bit, there was also a castle theme this year, and that was because my mum and dad got him a sword. So this is a really sweet wooden sword. It's by the company Green Owl Toys, and they also got him a shield. It has a little holder on the back, and this, I haven't actually taken the label off, I don't know why, because Rupert has been playing with this. This also comes with a gorgeous decorated sheath, which for some reason I can't find, but he has loved this. Obviously I'm quite careful when he plays with this because we have got a 2-year-old, and Rupert would quite happily hit him with the sword. So I'm quite careful about that, but this has just been so exciting for Rupert at 4 years old. Really, really, really loves this. And again, I think these are pretty reasonably priced. Like I said, the company is Green Owl Toys, and they're beautifully made, really lightweight as well, which is great for that age. So because of the sword and the shield, I wanted to get him some castle themed books and things just to kind of give context to the sword and shield. So I picked up this really sweet Holtztiger horse for a knight. So he's got his jousting gear on, and then I got the knight that has these funny legs because he sits on the horse, and I just thought this was so cool. I love it so much, and yeah, Rupert loves it too, so does Toby, and I might get Toby the blue version of this for his birthday so they can play together. So I chose to go with the castle theme were a couple of Usborne books. So I got the Usborne Peep Inside the Castle. We have had this from the library before and we loved it, so pretty excited to get this book too. It's so much to look in this, and it's really beautifully illustrated. I love this in particular where the knight can put on his armor. It's so really well done, this Peep Inside book. And yeah, it gives a bit of context to the sword and the shield and the jousting horses. Lovely to read, and both the boys adore this. So I also got this book, In the Castle by Anna Milbourne and Benji Davis. This is an Usborne book, and it's a really good like first reader, very simple, an easy sort of story that's got a real natural progression. And again, I like this because it gave a bit of context and also makes like a good reader for when Rupert really starts to read. So I liked that too, and again, that's gone down really well. I also picked up a little activity book. This is from the National Trust. It's called Castle Explorer, and it's a night sticker and activity book. And this is really pretty, as you can see. It doesn't have a huge amount of activities in it. So for example, this is actually a colouring page, but like, I mean, there's not a ton to colour in on that. But you know, it's still fun. This one has just got lots of like, shows you what would have been growing in the castle. But the activity in this is to find the hidden mice. So, I mean, there's not, while I like this, there's not a ton to do in it, is I think what I'm trying to say. So then there's a little bit about defending the castle, and then you just stick on these arrows, a little maze, some information on knights and what they wear. And then, yeah, so these are the stickers, just so you get an idea. So not a lot of stickers. And like I say, the activities are quite simple, but it is still nice. You can decorate your own shield. It's beautifully illustrated. There's a little tapestry to finish off. So yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about this. I do like it. There's a little word puzzle. I do like it. I think it's cute, but for the age that this is sort of designed for, probably older than Rupert, I think your child would probably get through this really quickly. So just bear that in mind. Really lovely to look at. a little bit thin on activities, but it's still tied in nicely to what we had, and we've been sitting down and doing some of the activities, and Rupert seems to like it. We also got this book from my mum and dad, The Knight Who Wouldn't Fight by Helen Doherty. A really sweet tale. I haven't read this yet. Rupert's looked at this on his own, but it seems really nice and a very sweet story. The illustrations are good in this too. Yeah, I think this will probably end up becoming quite a fan favourite. And I do think it says, how do you tame a dragon? Just read him a story. When Leo's mum and dad pack him off to fight a dragon, he takes a shield, a sword, and a pile of his favourite books. After all, surely even dragons can't resist a good story. So I think this will be nice because it's not about fighting. I think it's more about like gentle things like reading, which I like. But yes, I'm afraid I haven't read this, so I can't tell you much about it. But yeah, the pictures are definitely fantastic, and Rupert has been looking at this constantly, but I must sit down tonight and actually read it with him. So this is a present that we got from Rupert's uncle, and I can't quite remember the name of the brand that this is, but I know it came from the website Scandiborn, but I'll try and remember and I'll link it below. But it's this really cool cardboard egg, and you open it up and there's this really sweet dinosaur, and he's got lovely stripy tummy, and he's really soft, and he's got little weighted feet and tail, and he's so cute. I love this. Oh, the brand is Maileg, who they're also the brand that do those really beautiful mice that are in matchboxes. So yeah, I think that's just the most sweetest thing ever. We're getting there now, almost done. I just remembered there's a couple of Shrek characters that I didn't bring into the kitchen. There was a crab actually the crab wasn't Shrek, it was Papo. And there was also a Shrek dolphin, which I got Rupert, and he has been obsessed with those. The crab was fantastic because it's quite small, it's probably like that size, so the size of my palm, but really detailed, and yeah, both the boys have been obsessed with the crab. Okay, so I'll show you this before we do more books. We also got some of these tiles, the magnetic tiles. We don't have anything like this yet, so that was quite fun. Haven't really played with them yet because we only got them yesterday, but I'm sure the boys will adore that. Another book was this very beautiful The Story Orchestra Carnival of the Animals. We have the Nutcracker one of these, and it has been such a hit, so I was excited to see this as well. Rupert has adored this. In fact, he has actually ripped a page out, which has been really upsetting, so I stuck that back in, but it is so beautiful. Each page has got these amazing animal illustrations, and of course you can press the buttons, and there's lots of music to hear. You can see that's the page that we got ripped. Okay, so these are the buttons here that you can press throughout the story, and really just so beautiful. But yeah, these Story Orchestra books are incredible. They're just such high quality. The audio is amazing. It's a great way of introducing ballets or classical music to children. And yeah, this one in particular I just think is so magical and beautiful, and it was almost the favourite thing from everything we got. Initially, this is the book that Rupert really took to and read and looked at. Toby loved pressing all the buttons and would dance to the music, which was really cute. So yes, this has just become such a fun favourite. Okay, so another book. I told you there were lots of books in this birthday haul. This is Atlas of Animal Adventures, and it has been so popular as well. It's a huge book, as you can see, and it takes you through the world looking at different types of animals that live in certain areas. There's so much to look at on each page, and there's one of the maps. Yeah, this book is amazing. I mean, any child is just going to go crazy for this. It's so interesting. There's lots of facts, but really it's such a visually strong book that I can't really fault it. There's another beautiful picture. The one thing I noticed about this book, like, which is just a random thing, is that the illustrator really likes drawing tongues, because loads of the animals, I'm going to try and find one, loads of the animals have tongues that are sticking out, which I thought was really weird. Yeah, here we go. So you can see the bears. I don't know if you can see that, but the bear's sticking out his tongue, which I think is really funny because I'm not sure a lot of animals do that. But definitely the person who illustrated this seems to have a thing about the tongues. Random fact, but just so you know. But yeah, this is amazing. I highly recommend this. This is the kind of book that I can imagine the kids loving throughout their childhood and into teenage years as well. It's amazing. It's just, I mean, books nowadays seem to be just so incredible and they're so inspirational, and yeah, I mean, lucky Rupert, he's just had so many beautiful things to read. Okay, so on to the last two things. I got Rupert a new hat. This is a beautiful, like, tweedy oatmeal colour, which I was really drawn to. It's by the brand Todi, T-O-D-I, which is a Northern Irish brand, and he looks really cute in it, and it's nice and snug, made of real wool, and yeah, I mean, everyone needs a hat. And we also got him this little Coach House tracing board with his name. We don't really have anything like this with his name, and I thought it was probably good that he starts recognizing his name, because I'm not sure that he can, because I don't really write his name that often, in all fairness. So I thought this would be great fun, and he can practice tracing out his name. It also comes with a little wooden pencil that you can use to do the tracing, and then there is a cursive, so there's like the joined up writing as well on the back. So really lovely. This came from my sister, so Rupert's auntie, and yeah, a really nice educational learning tool for him. Okay, that is it. Finally got through all his presents. I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, make sure you give the video a thumbs up and subscribe, but also do go and check out my Patreon page, which is linked below. I believe it's patreon.com/BeckyO'Cole. On that, each month we have a live Zoom call where you can ask any questions, but I also talk about all the things I'm doing to prepare for the month ahead. So it's a really lovely way of, like, grounding into the seasons, getting inspired and excited about the month ahead. There's also bonus vlogs, loads of audios to catch up on, and a little e-course on Natural Mama, and what else is on that? Lots of things. You can go check it out on patreon.com. I mean, it makes such a difference when you do sign up to become a Patreon. There's 3 different tiers to choose from, and for the price of a cup of coffee or a cup of coffee and some cake, you can really make such a difference, and it really keeps me able to carry on creating this content for you. So thank you so much for all you lovely patrons that have signed up to support me. I really appreciate each and every one of you so much, so thank you. But yeah, that's it for this vlog. I'm going to go and make myself a new cup of tea because this one has got cold, and probably eat chocolate because today's Valentine's Day. So I've just been doing a little bit of recording, but now it's time to go eat chocolate because that's what Valentine's Day is about, right? It's about chocolate. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.